What's going on, VitalSyntax here, and welcome to the first episode of the Armory. This is going to be a new series on my YouTube channel that covers a bunch of different weapons and attachments and kit setups for Battlefield 3. Specifically, these kits are going to be designed by you guys, the subscribers, and all you have to do is leave a comment down below on this video or any future videos of the Armory or any future episodes of this series, letting me know what kit you guys want to see, what weapons, attachments, or even a play style that you want to see in the next episode. Now, there's two real ways that I see this series going, and it's up to you guys which way it goes. We can either do challenging kits that you guys kind of set up for me, like say, for example, somebody suggests using knife only on a certain map or game mode or something like that. That'd obviously be quite a challenge. Or we could take it in a route of trying to show you guys cool setups that maybe most people don't know about that are very, very good for their certain kit, or attachments that work best with a certain weapon. So either way, whichever you guys leave comments on about, that's kind of what's going to end up happening with this series. So for this first episode, I went ahead and chose the kit myself, and I'm using the F2000, or F2K it's also known as, in the assault kit with the heavy barrel, foregrip, and red dot sight. This weapon has one of the higher fire rates in its class, so it's suited for close to medium range engagements. It's only bested in the fire rate category by the AEK 971 and the FAMAS. It doesn't have the best accuracy or spread, so I throw on the heavy barrel to make it a little bit more accurate, which is going to increase the recoil of the weapon, once again making it not the best option for longer range engagements. And I also threw on the foregrip, which is going to decrease the horizontal recoil, which it does have quite a bit of already, but it also is going to increase the minimum spread, making it a little bit less accurate. But since we have the heavy barrel on that, it's going to kind of negate that negative effect. As far as optics go, I would either stick with the Cobra, the red dot sight, or the holographic sight, because once again, you don't really need that higher magnification, because long range engagements are something you kind of want to stay away from. If you do find yourself in a longer range engagement, just like any other weapon, make sure to tap or do short burst fires to control your recoil and make sure each bullet is hitting the target. And the F2000 has one of the higher initial recoils, so that means that the first bullet has a lot of recoil compared to the other assault rifles. I think it comes in at the same rate as the AEK 971. So maybe even switch it over to the single fire mode. It doesn't have a burst fire, but at longer ranges you might not want to use the full automatic mode and just use that single fire mode. For my secondary, as you guys can see, I'm using the 44 Magnum with a scope on it, which is kind of a ridiculous weapon, but I actually find that scope is really helpful. It has the slowest ADS time of any weapon in the game, so it's not the best option to ADS while close range, but if you're at close range, you're going to be hip firing anyway. So I find that optic helps me out a lot at medium to long range engagements, and it just makes it a lot easier to aim than if you were using the iron sights, which are pretty good by themselves regardless, but I always find it easier to use the scoped 44. The map I'm playing on is Scene Crossing, and this is a team deathmatch server, and the F2000 is a great option for this map because there's lots of close quarters, there's lots of short lines of sight, lots of corridors and short alleys like the one I'm in right here, so you find yourself in a lot of close range engagements, and the extra fire rate that this assault rifle has, as well as the quick movement with the ADS time and the bullpup design, give you kind of an advantage at close range, whether you're hip firing or ADSing and trying to strafe back and forth. Now at this point I found a good little spot here because I heard about 6 guys above me. I only took out 2 of them before they dropped down and killed me, but it was kind of a nifty spot to hide and wait for them to come down instead of trying to climb up the ladder. When you're looking for a secondary weapon to equip with your primary, you always want to make them complementary weapons. You don't want to have a G18 and a FAMAS because they're both really good close quarters weapons, and you're not going to have a good tool at your disposal when it comes to medium and long range engagements. That's why I always try and keep my primary and secondary weapons complementary. So if you have something like a sniper rifle that's obviously very good at long range but garbage at basically every other distance, I strongly suggest using the G18, the G18 Suppress, or the M93R, which is probably the best option at this point. Whereas if you're using something like the F2000 or the FAMAS, or a shotgun that are really best suited for close and medium ranges, or I guess the shotgun's not really good at medium range unless you have the slugs or something else on, then you want to use something that's better at long range, like the 44 scoped or the 44 just stock, or even something like the M1911, which has a little bit higher damage than the M9 or the MP443, so that you can have a slight advantage at longer ranges instead of using something like the G18, which is going to be absolutely garbage at long range. This map has a lot of buildings and different levels to hide out on, so make sure when you're going inside of the building to check all the different floors. You never know if a sniper's at the very top, or sometimes you'll find claymores along your way up to the top, so always keep an eye out for that. For this match, I really was kind of trying to stay outside of those buildings, and if you do that, then you're not really going to have to worry about claymores, which can be a pretty big annoyance when you're trying to infiltrate a building. So that wraps up episode 1 of the Armory. Remember to leave your comments down below with kit setups, including weapons, attachments, or anything else that you guys feel would be cool to have in the next episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed this first one. If you did, feel free to give me a like or a favorite. That's kind of how I can gauge whether or not this series is worth continuing. I have a couple other series that are going to be coming up in the next couple weeks, so stick around for those. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.